I'm happy to see you on another meeting. Previously, we are conducting one meeting, attending meeting. Nowadays, I'm very happy.
Yeah,
Really.
so
We
we are
are
so happy to have you. We would like to have you for the full session actually, so that it will be of a great help. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Sai Prasanna, sir, good afternoon.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening. So we can go ahead. I think Pranay is the first speaker and he has joined.
Yes,
So I
ma'am.
think we should go
Yeah, we
ahead.
can
Yes,
start, ma'am.
Krupashini, can we go ahead?
Oh, yes, madam, we can.
Right. Okay. So Dr. Virginia not there, so I will start the session. Or Krupashini, you can welcome and then I will take over.
Yeah, sure.
Just welcome and then I'll talk about G20 and about community partners. Dr. Sandil Kumar will speak about IGEN and then we'll take it up. Okay.
Okay.
You can just welcome the audience and then we can go ahead. Thank you,
Okay.
Krupashini. Thank you.
Okay. So, good evening to one and all present here in today's session. Welcome you all for G20 International Youth Cabinet, which is happening since February 4th. And every week we are ongoing with a lot of speakers. And we are glad to invite everyone, those who are present here today. And especially I invite Dr. Sendil Kumar Subramanian for today's session. And our ever Dr. Srividya, madam, we welcome you. And we are heading over today's session with a beautiful topic, which goes with managing international financial crisis and economic challenges, climate change policies on capital flows and risk perception of investors, digital financial inclusion, and advocacy to monitor financial growth globally, policy analysis and recommendations for sustainable economic stability. So these are the topic we are going to have a discussion about it, and we have the speakers here today. So let's go ahead and let's see how our youth members are going to share their point of view about all these things. Again, I welcome you all. Dr. Srividya, ma'am, you can go ahead with your initialization for today's session.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Krupashni. Thank you so much. That was a very short and sweet introduction and a welcome to everyone who is present here on this forum today. Well, this G20 International Youth Cabinet is all about talking about youth and pooling in youth power into our sessions such that they are able to contribute towards the G20 summit. So G20 summit is an annual international forum that convenes leaders from most significant global economies to address and discuss the economic challenges that affect the world. This forum provides an exceptional platform for dialogue and collaboration among the participating nations. The summit's primary objective is to develop and implement policies to enhance financial stability and promote sustainable economic growth worldwide. So the G20 summit is a critical event where leaders engage in crucial discussions on trade, investment, innovation, and international cooperation. So the summit also offers a unique opportunity for leaders to establish and strengthen relationship with the global counterparts, fostering a more cohesive and prosperous global economy. So there are about 20 countries which were normally there in the G20. So we all know about the countries as such by now: Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, France, Germany, India, Indonesia, Italy, Japan, Mexico, Republic of Korea, Russia, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, Turkey, United Kingdom, United States, and the European Union. The 20 countries which were together formed the G20 summit. And the objectives of the G20 summit goes multifaceted and encompasses various global issues. Some of the key objectives include economic growth, which will promote sustainable, balanced economic growth globally. International trade, which focuses on enhancing international trade and investment to foster job creation and economic development. financial stability, strengthening the stability and resilience of international financial system across the globe. Sustainable development. We're talking about sustainable development, addressing global challenges, including climatic change, poverty, eradication, and sustainable development. So how do we do that? With infrastructure investment, promoting deep infrastructure development to support economic growth and connectivity, thereby enhancing digital economy, advancing digitalization, and harnessing the potential of the new technologies for inclusive growth. Within quotation, inclusive financial growth. So thereby, there are more chances for the enhancement and upliftment of employment and education. So we create opportunities for quality jobs and ensuring access to education and skill development. Thereby, we ensure for global health, collaborating on global health challenges, including all those pandemics that affect the world all of a sudden, here and there, and access to affordable health care throughout. And so, how do we do that? With the help of all NGOs and online organizations are crucial in supporting the summit's success. They contribute in several ways, such as advocacy. When we talk about advocacy, NGOs and online organizations raise awareness. Ours is one among them about key issues and advocate specific policies and actions. This, we are taking the help of the Youth Cabinet every week when they come and present themselves on this forum. We don't know, their policies might be taken up in the higher level as it goes on. So how do they do that? They do a lot of research and analysis. They provide valuable research, data and analysis on various global challenges, assisting policymakers in making informed decisions. So thereby, we are working for partnerships where all these NGOs and online organizations collaborate with governments, businesses, and other stakeholders to implement projects and initiatives that align with summit's objectives. So in that, what we are actually trying to achieve is that grassroots engagement. These organizations engages with the local communities, as IGEN is one among our community partner who is always working with the local communities and individuals, amplifying their voices and addressing their needs. So thereby, we open this forum, we have this forum totally initiated for knowledge sharing, where these NGOs and online organizations facilitate knowledge sharing and capacity building through workshops, conferences, and online platforms, supporting the exchange of best practices and innovative solutions. Thereby, Educate Global has developed this novel initiative of G20 International Youth Cabinet to cohort channels to open its doors to the young individuals from diverse backgrounds worldwide. This platform invites participants to present their insights and inferences contributing to UNESCO's Sustainable Development Goals. This initiative aims to address the following agenda, and the contributions made by the youth will help to shape up the program's outcomes as well. Thereby, the preamble of our G20 International Youth Cabinet goes with the photo of the agenda is the plan of action for the people, planet, prosperity, peace, and partnership. It also strives to strengthen universal peace in a larger freedom. So we recognize eradicating poverty in all its forms and dimensions, and with the greatest global challenges as an indispensable requirement for sustainable development. So all countries and stakeholders acting in collaborative partnership will implement this plan, and we are resolved to free the human race from the tyranny of poverty and want to heal and secure our planet. So we are determined with all our youth ministers to take the bold and transformative shift to the world onto a sustainable and resilient path. As we embark on this collective journey, we pledge that no one will be left behind, and the 17 sustainable goals and the 169 targets that we are demonstrating in scale and ambition of this new universal agenda will seek to build the Millennium Development Goals and compete with what is not being achieved so far. So we seek to realize the human rights and achieve gender equality, empowerment of youth, women, and the girls that's integrated in the indivisible balance of the three dimensions of the sustainable development of economic, social, and environmental. Thereby, we talk about people, planet, prosperity, peace, and partnership. That was the vision of G20 Youth Cabinet with the mission of the 9 Ps that we talk about. People, P1, P2 is planet, P3 is prosperity, P4 is peace, P5 is partnership, P6 is policies, P7 is protection, P8 is principle, and P9 is practices for the SDG P9 sustainable paradigms that we are mission to achieve, such that we welcome our youth ministers to talk on this every week, such that we have collaborated with our community partners. We would like to open the floor for today's topic, that is 1 second. Global financial architecture and international growth, with its presidency as accelerated, inclusive, resilient financial growth, where our pointers of discussion is going to be enhancing transparency and accountability at multilateral financial stability, promoting greater integration across the financial markets and SMEs, strengthening financial system and capital frameworks, managing international financial crisis and economic challenges, climatic change policies on capital flows and risk perception of investors, digital financial inclusion and advocacy to monitor financial growth globally, and policy analysis and recommendations for a sustainable economic sustainability. Last but not the least, financial literacy as a state of art of a safe and sustainable financial freedom globally. On this note, with all these pointers of discussion, we open the forum for today and we welcome our community partners to introduce themselves to take the lead. On that note, may I present before you Dr. Senthil Kumar Subramaniam, who is representing IGEN with us today. Welcome, sir. Welcome, Dr. Senthil Kumar. Kindly throw some light upon IGEN prospects and the projects that they have been working on through and through. Thank you so much, sir. You are muted kindly. Kindly unmute yourself, introduce yourself, and then you can go ahead with IGEN. Thank you.
Yes, madam. Thank you. Last minute I have and really I'm very happy to participate in this wonderful session that is a G20 and the financial structure. That is a very important topic on right now for implementing the sustainability and in youngster itself they have to start that how to save and how to develop our nation, how to implement the sustainability. These are the important things. So we have to create these things in youngsters level, in school level. It is going to be reached in a higher level during the younger age, elder age. Definitely they will do good things to the society. So in this aspect only, IGEN has done a lot of good things to the society. Already, madam is already aware about that. Some of them, as I have to give a brief about that project. What are the projects that we are doing and how much what we expect and how much credits get to that to the society, and IGEN also getting the partly participated, but we are getting more benefits to from the people. So that's why I have to brief about that. The Institute Green Engineer connects the green professionals worldwide, working towards a sustainable development goals and providing solution for a sustainable greener future through the 9-color non-organ VGR society. From the non-organ VGR society, we have creating a different headings. That is a IGEN SDG project. The different IGEN SDG projects are going on. That is a Energy 99 challenge. What is Energy 99 challenge? That is a save 1 unit per day. So save 1 unit per day means it will goes to higher and higher. Each home save 1 unit per day means our demand is also going to be 2,20,000 to it come to 2,15,000. So it is definitely it is much benefit to the society and save our mother earth. So that is why we have another way it get benefit through the home itself also. Every day 1 unit save means 4 rupees save. So for the month 30 units, bi-monthly 60 units, 60 for 240 rupees. So it is another way of getting benefit for the financial. So in the same way, we have to creating the save the mother earth and financial benefit to the society and financial benefit to the youngsters also. In IGEN talk for SDG in students level and industry level and academic level also we are doing a lot of things. And IGEN water bank, how to save water. That is a more important topic, and right now everywhere, another important topic on right now. So we want to save water, because our temperature is also right now more than 1.5 degree temperature is increased right now. Lot of proposals are coming from that UN, and others also raise that issue. And globally we are thinking about how to reduce the temperature by implementing the more plant on the trees, by introducing and reduce our AC, air conditioner, and introduce the more plant tree, introduce the more, reduce the consumption of the power. That is a more topic. And introduce a more RE power. That is important topic. Reduce the conventional power and increase the non-conventional power. That is a more topic. Because already our Indian government has introduced by 2030, we want to implement 500 gigawatts power. So 500 gigawatts power means our present demand requirement of the India is a 220 gigawatts. Out of 220 gigawatts, 500 gigawatts of installed capacity, definitely we have to manage it without any conventional power. Right now, conventional installed capacity is 225 gigawatts. So we have to reduce that. So definitely it will be support. That is a base load only. 10% of conventional load, 90% of non-conventional load means definitely our mother earth will save. So sustainability also is going to be implemented. So this kind of projects we have to motivate to the students level and college levels also. Another thing, hygiene events like that Energathon, Environthon, and hygiene global Nobel laureate session, and a legendary seminar series, and genetic transcan also. A lot of events are conducted already, and getting a lot of records also there. World Book of Records, Limca Book of Records are also the continuous marathon event. 20 states, 20 speakers are participated. These are also very important event, and everybody is appreciated, and everything getting benefit also. They are also, when they are going to conduct again, they are asking a lot of things. So it is very good event for that. And then iGen SDG plus event, that is a channel is provided to events like the subscriber connect with the save energy project and battery storage system. This kind of project we are doing like that. iGen SDG 7 plus YT, and then iGen NSEV club awareness to the pan India. So that's why right now 40 colleges are implementing their iGen NSEV club. And then future we plan to, right now Tamil Nadu only 735 to 40 colleges clubs there. We want to implement this NSEV, opening the NSEV club in throughout India and globally. So next year we are started, and SSS is ready to start that NSEV club project. And then iGen Young Gen Army, it is a very innovative project, because they are all budding school students only, but very really we are appreciable to them. 4 patents they are published last year, and now they are 10 batches are introduced, and one person is from Michigan State University, from Vishal, I think, introduced me, and I have to tell them. So if you interested, you come and do that. So they are also ready to do that. Right now they are going to implement the park solar system. Solar government also supported them. So within a short period they have to introduce a project also. And then iGen International Day celebration. International Day celebration is every year. 2022 October 22 we are celebrated, and then iGen Green Day we are celebrated. This kind of things, lot of things, and I am very much happy to collaborate with GSFN and Sridhya madam. Lot of actions are doing, and everything I am watching that through LinkedIn and through WhatsApp, and everything I monitored everything. What are the activities? How we are going to participate each and everything. Really, I am. What I told that really good madam, very nice madam. We are participating very much and very much helpful to the society. During the Women's Day celebration also, you are doing very good society, and you are getting award also like that. I am congratulate you, madam. Thanks for giving me the opportunity for that wonderful G20 event, madam. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, Dr. Sindhil Kumar. Thank you so much. Thanks for briefing on iGen, and thanks for throwing the light about exactly what all projects that the youth is being involved in iGen activities. That is what is very, very important, that should be shared on this platform, is that since we are dedicating it for the youngsters, for the youth generation, younger generation, this is what is important, because they are the one who is going to take the lead and take it forward. So on that note, we hand over the forum to, and also I take this opportunity to welcome Dr. Prasanna, Engineer Sai Prasanna sir, who is here with us as one of the panelists. And since Dr. Sendil Kumar is also here with us, so Dr. Sendil Kumar and Engineer Sai Prasanna sir are the two panelists who will be there, and I'm always there to support. And thereby, we just open the forum to all the speakers, and we welcome Madam Kripashni Jay Kumar to take the lead to welcome the first speaker on board today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Srividya Madam. And I also welcome Dr. Sendil Kumar again for joining this session with us. So let us go into the session talk now. We have Mr. Pranoy S., who is a student of BTech, Electricals and Electronic Engineering student, who studies in BSAR Crescent Institute of Science and Technology. He is a partner representation of IGEN, and he's going to talk about managing international financial crisis and economic challenges today. So let's welcome Mr. Pranoy Yes to lead this session talk now.
Welcome, Mr. Pranay.
Thank you, ma'am, for having me here.
Yes, you can introduce yourself and you can just go ahead with your presentation. Thank you.
Okay. Hello, everyone, and esteemed members of IGEN. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to all of you for granting me the privilege to present here. My name is Pranoy, a student of PS Abdul Rahman, Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, and I'm here to present on the topic managing international financial crisis and economic challenges. So, without further ado, let me proceed with my presentation.
Yes, we are able to see your screen. Please go ahead.
Okay. Let me begin by setting the stage by defining our focus and outlining the structure of our presentation. Financial crisis is a severe, Financial crisis is a severe disruption in the financial markets characterized by instability and panic selling and lack of liquidity. Economic challenges encompass a broader spectrum of issues affecting the overall health and stability of economies, including unemployment, inflation, and income inequality. Now, understanding international financial crisis. It is a sudden and severe disruption in financial market leading to a sharp decline in asset prices, credit crunch, and systemic risk. What are the causes of this? Speculative bubbles, excessive leverage, banking crisis, currency crisis, and contagion effect. Some of the examples of international financial crisis are Asian financial crisis that occurred in 1997 in South Korea, global financial crisis that occurred over a time of 2007 to 2008, and Eurozone crisis that occurred on 2010 to 2012. Impact of financial crisis on economies. The repercussions of financial crisis are far-reaching, extending beyond economic indicators to encompass social and political dimensions. It is imperative to grasp the full extent of their impact to formulate effective responses. What the indicators of the economies are decline in GDP, rise in unemployment, income inequality, exacerbation. And it also disrupts the financial market like volatility, liquidity shortage, credit freezes. We also have to deal with all the social and political consequences such as social unrest, political instability, erosion of public trust in institutions. Now, policy responses to financial crisis in times of crisis. There are many policies such as monetary policy measures like interest rate cuts, liquidity injections, unconventional policies like quantitative easing. There are also fiscal policy interventions like stimulus packages to boost demand, fiscal austerity to reduce deficits, and also regulatory reforms like strengthening financial regulations, enhancing transparency and oversight. International cooperation in crisis management. No nation exists in isolation, neither do financial crises. International cooperation is essential in addressing the interconnected nature of modern economies and averting global contagion. The role of international organizations like IMF providing financial assistance and policy advice, and also World Bank supporting development projects. Coordination among central banks like currency swap agreements, joint efforts to stabilize exchange rates, and also importance of global cooperation for addressing cross-border spillovers and enhancing financial stability. Drawing from real-world case studies of successful crisis management, including the experiences of South Korea, Iceland, Brazil, Europe, we will glean an invaluable lesson on importance of policy coordination, financial structure resilience, and addressing underlying structural weaknesses. So, the background of European sovereign debt crisis was triggered by excessive government debt and fiscal imbalances in several Eurozone countries. The response that Europe took for this was European countries' central banks' bond buying programs, EU's bailout packages, and austerity measures. So through this, they learned the lesson that need for fiscal discipline, stronger economic governance, solidarity among EU members. Managing economic challenges in developing countries. Developing nations often bear the brunt of economic shocks, necessitating the tailored approaches to resilience building and sustainable development. This slide underscores the significance of address structural constraints and promoting inclusive growth. The challenges that faced by the developing countries are vulnerability to external shocks, limited access to finance, structural constraints, and strategies for overcoming this are building resilience through the diversification, investing in human capital and infrastructure, promoting inclusive growth. Role of emerging markets in global financial stability. The rise of emerging economies present both opportunities and challenges in the quest for global financial stability. By fostering sound economic policies and embracing structural reforms, emerging markets can contribute to sustainable growth and resilience. Rising of emerging economies, growing share of global GDP, increasing importance in the trade and investment flows. Also, the challenges and opportunities are managing capital flows, addressing structural weaknesses, and contributing to global growth. The importance of sound economic policies are fiscal discipline, monetary stability, structural reforms to foster the competitiveness. Risk management strategies for multinational corporation amidst currency risk is to scenario planning, proactive measures are essential in navigating turbulent waters, like hedging against currency risk, like forward contracts, options, currency swaps, and diversification, like spreading investments across different markets and asset classes. Also, scenario planning and stress testing, like assessing the potential impact of adverse events and preparing contingency plan. In conclusion, as we embark on this journey of exploration and discovery, let us remain steadfast in our commitment to proactive management, international cooperation, and the pursuit of sustainable solutions. Together, let us rise to challenge and forge a path towards a more stable and prosperous world for generations to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Pranay. Thank you. That was a very brilliant start, actually. And I really don't know how to thank you for giving such a wonderful start. And it's not very easy to talk about finance.
Yes, ma'am.
Hope everybody will accept with me. And it's a very difficult topic to discuss in detail as such. And you have encompassed it so beautifully, such that how G20 attaches the great importance to the role of the financial sector in ensuring economic sustainable development and sustainability of the financial markets which are being involved in it. So really, I'm so proud of you, Pranay. May I know your age, please, Pranay?
I'm 21 this year, ma'am.
21. And
Yes.
21, you're talking about financial tracts, which discusses the key issues of which has more relevance to the global economy and the global economy outlook with international financial architecture, the whole spread about the carpet of it, with infrastructure development and the financing and sustainable finance. You didn't leave any leaf unturned with you covered the points of global health with international taxation and the financial sector issues, including the whole fabric of establishing the financial architecture, not to leave in the mention of talking about the risk management systems which are involved in it. You know something, it is more related to today's topic. Why am I saying this? On this very small platform, we are facing problems such that people are trying to make use of this platform to collect money or to ask for money. Like if you're participating as a speaker, you need to pay me this much. You know, this has been happening, and we had to really curb it, nib it right from the bud. We removed those people from the group as such, and this has been happening when a small. Why am I giving this comparison? Because when it is able to happen in a small platform like this, imagine when it is for the global economy, what all things can happen. People are trying to always have a private motive behind each and everything. And you just, what to say, it was just at six, chaka. We're covering all the topics which are being involved in it. And for your age, I'm really proud of you. I'm really, really proud of you for having such a wonderful start, brilliant start. Really, you covered all the topics so vividly, and thanks for your participation. Really, I'm so.
And it was a great honor, ma'am, to
Thank
present
you.
here.
Thank you. Sorry, Sai Prasanna sir, Engineer Prasanna sir. I'm sorry. I was
No
so
issue, ma'am.
overwhelmed with the presentation, so I just took over. I'm sorry.
No issue, ma'am. Thank you, Pranav. That was a wonderful presentation, as Vidya ma'am said. You have detailedly explained what is the financial crisis and the economic challenges, which includes the unemployment, inflations, and income inequality, which is a major role in this financial crisis. You have also mentioned some of the major financial crises and also the impacts of financial crisis, which occurs in day-to-day life, like GDP growth, volatility, political instability, and also the policies measures you have mentioned, the monetary policy measures, and strengthening the financial regulations, etc. You have also mentioned how to manage the economic challenges in development countries and also the risk management strategies like diversification, scenario planning, and currency swaps, and also the case studies you have mentioned. You have mentioned the crisis, which is you have included. When you come to, when you see the history for the top 5 major financial crises, it plays immense role, and you have mentioned it in your presentation. Thank you, Pranav, for your brilliant presentation, the way you presented regarding this financial crisis and also the economical challenges and how to overcome the risk management and the challenges facing by every countries. Thank you, Pranav. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Engineer Sai Prasanna. And we would like to hear from Sendil sir. So if you have any words to share, you can share about his speech.
Really very nice, madam. Actually, he's presenting very well regarding all the topics discussed very detailedly. Briefly, not briefly, briefly they explained all the topics they covered. But I have only one question only on that. So, how to improve our GDP from the present situation to future requirement? Sai Prasanna.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, sorry, sir. That is
So
student.
you
Sorry,
would like to
Pranay.
question Pranay.
Pranay.
Pranay. Yes. Sir.
Yeah, sir, if I can just answer your question for Pranoy. As we all know, like what is this G20 financial architecture is all about exactly. And when we
Yes,
talk
ma'am.
about G20 presidency tax policy and the tax administration efforts, which helps to move the dial in the fight against the extreme poverty and the hunger while addressing rising inequality. This is what is the thing. How to develop our GDPs. The main thing is addressing and rising against inequality and closing, very importantly, closing all the funding gaps.
Yes,
that is what is important. That's why I gave him the example. Even for a small forum like this, when people are involved in it, people are trying to have a personal gain out of it. As we all know, there is always a room for a man's need, but there is no room for a person's greed, because they try to make use of this opportunity and try to encash it in their own way, as such developing. And like if you want to take part in this program, I'm conducting one more program parallelly like this, you can take part in my program, and all these things should be totally curbed and nipped in the bud as such. And of course, on the other hand, we are talking about collaboration, partnership, but in the government level, but not in a private level. When these things are being handled in a very systematic way and a very transparent way, definitely it will help to contribute with a stronger tax cooperation, and also it can have a significant additional revenues and other important benefits that the government is working. Very importantly, we are here for the government, and these youth that we are encouraging them to come and present themselves. We are trying to present them at the government level. Such these policies, these suggestions which they are trying to present on this platform will be taken up to the government level. It should not hinder anywhere. It should not have a stagnation at any point of time, at any slab, at any, it should not stop anywhere. And it should just go on. As we all know, I can give more and more examples, taking examples. Let's see what our students are here to present, and then we will take it up. The main important thing is to raise against inequality and close all these funding gaps. As we are talking about, I'm from UAE. Now it is Ramadan season. I tell you, exactly these contributions and asking for contribution, asking for donation goes endless, just endless. If all these funding gaps are closed with the focus of working towards a sustainable development for all the government projects, definitely we will reach there. And our financial architecture will definitely become a very good, it will become more sustainable one. These are the gaps that should be closed. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Hope you will agree with me. Hope I've answered your question.
Very nice presentation.
Thank you.
Yes, madam. Thank you. But it's really, he's presenting very much, actually, very detailed, very lot of things they are covered. Really, I'm appreciating them, actually. Very nice presentation.
It's a practical difficulty that we are facing.
Every subject.
Exactly. It's a practical difficulty that we are facing. It's not that I have seen IGEN projects, what the students are working, how they are working, how IGEN has been contributing to people. I've seen it through and through. And in comparison with other organizations where I'm involved into, I can see that I can really make out the difference. And I know exactly what is it. And thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sorry, Ms. Krupashini, we have taken little extra time there. So
It's okay.
Thank you.
It's okay, madam, no problem. But your points were so good and relevant. So thank you so much, Dr. Sri Vidya, madam. And also I thank Dr. Sendil Kumar. So I really appreciate Pranoy S for your wonderful speech. And next, let me invite Dr. Vishnu Pada Bose, who is a PhD scholar, who is going to talk about climate change policies on capital flows and risk perception of investors. He is from Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur, India, project manager, ITC Limited. So he is a partner representation of GSFN. I would like to welcome him to give his speech about his topic. Thank you, and you're welcome.
Dr. Vishnu Pada Bose, yes. A warm welcome to you. And it's always a pleasure having you amidst us. And you have been one of the more star speaker, and we always look forward to hear it from you. Exactly. Okay. And it is the most dearmost topic to you. I know that, and I know about your contributions. And this stage is a very small stage for us to give an introduction about yourself. Please kindly introduce about yourself and your projects and all the schemes that you have been working on. Please go ahead with your presentation, sir. Thank you so much. Thanks for
Thank you
having
so
me.
Yes, very good afternoon and good evening, Dr. Shividya Kumar, Dr. Senthil Kumar sir, Engineer Prasanna sir, and respected panelist, Ms. Jayakumar, and respected speakers. I express my sincere thanks and gratitude that I have given opportunity given me to share my words in this platform. It's a really very unique platform where many things we can learn from this platform, and we can exchange our views in different collaboration, innovative ideas, so many things. Thank you so much. I'm Dr. Vishnupada Bose. I was early life in the industry 15 years. Now I am a faculty of civil engineering department. During my research time, I have developed many sustainable building materials from mining waste. So that is my key innovative design in the institute. Now it is already commercialized in the country. So now I would like to present on this topic, that financial things today. Thank you so much.
Please, sir.
Yes. Is it visible to all of you?
No, we have not. Your screen is either loading. We are not able to see your screen. It's only
Okay,
your
okay.
video. Yes, it's loading. Yes, sir. Now we are able to see it. Maybe you need to go on to the slideshow mode.
Now it is visible.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead. Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you, doctor.
Yes.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much. Yes. Thank you so much. Financial change policy. Sorry, climate change policies on capital flows and risk perception of investors. Climate. Sorry. Climate change policy encompasses policies formulated specifically to tackle climate change and can be local, national, international in scope. Climate change policy mainly includes providing clear policies for predictable, measured transitions to a long-term price on greenhouse gas emissions. Number two, applying climate change-related revenues to manage a transitions to a low-carbon futures, facilitating trade competitiveness across sectors, seeking broad-based applications. They can be categorized into two types: climate change mitigation, policies that aim to reduce the extent of climate change; climate change adaptation, policies that aims to reduce risk and take advantage of new opportunities. Some principles of climate change policy design actually includes providing clear policies for predictable transition to a long-term price on greenhouse gases emissions, applying climate change related revenues to manage a transition to low carbon futures, facilitating trade competitiveness across sectors, seeking broad-based applications. Now, this is the many example is there. Three example I have drawn over here. Example of climate change policies includes carbon pricing, Kyoto protocols, renewable energy. For example, carbon pricing. Carbon pricing mechanisms such as carbon taxes or cap and trade systems create financial incentives for businesses to reduce carbon emissions and invest in low carbon technologies. Kyoto protocols. The Kyoto protocols commits industrialized countries to industrial countries and economics in transition to limit and reduce greenhouse gases emissions. On renewable energy. Renewable energy sources such as sun, wind, water, waste, and heat from earth are replaced by nature and emit little to no greenhouse gases or pollutant into the air. This is a number of laws exist across the globe. It is data from the research papers. Say for energy, more than 1200 laws is there. transportation, more than 800 laws there for law and policies. Likewise, many policies has developed at different countries, international and national levels. This is the existing policies. Now, economics and financial risk. Actually, climate risk drivers, economic consequences, financial fallout. Climate risk drivers, mainly physical risks and transition risk. In the category of physical risks, rising temperature, higher sea level, more destructive storms, floods, wildfires, and transition risks, mainly climate policy changes, innovations in technology, safety in consumer preferences, and economic consequences, business disruption, cost of improving resilience and adaptation, lower productivity, income, profits, shift to economy with low carbon emissions, and financial fallouts. Potential financial markets and credit losses, equity bond price declines, carbon assets write downs, falling property values. As per the definition, this is actually the mean of the climate finance. According to the UNFCCC, climate finance is local, national, and transitional funding from public, private, alternative sources that seeks to support climate change mitigation and adaptation. This is the different mechanism instrument of climate finance, mainly green bond, debt swap, guarantees, concessional loan, grant and donations. What actually climate finance doing or climate fund doing? This is the scenario. This is the area where climate fund we can mobilize in these sectors: climate change resilience, conservation biodiversity, energy efficiency, climate change mitigations, sustainable agriculture, sustainable transport, renewable energies, adaptation to climate change. Fund are applicable in these sectors. Already it is in the process, and fund is mobilizing in these sectors to mitigate the climate change and global warming issues, because 1.5 degrees Celsius is our target. So we are struggling in this way. Climate risks and transition channel. This is the heading: climate risk, transmission channels, business risks. Climate risks mainly two types: transition risk, physical risk. In the transition risk, policy and regulation, for example, carbon tax. Technological development, for example, electric vehicles, consumer preference. And again, physical risk, chronic, for example, temperature change, sea level rise. Acute, catastrophic, for example, heat waves and floods. Then transmission channels, microeconomics and macroeconomics. In the category of microeconomics, financial impact on individual households and businesses, business disruption, property damage and liabilities. Macroeconomic transmissions channel, unemployment, GDP changes, capital depreciations, business risks, financial risk, and non-financial risk. In the financial risk, credit markets, liquidity, operational, and the non-financial risk, reputational, strategic, physical, security model, compliances, and regulatory. This is, of course, we are struggling to mitigate the global warming and climate change through different way. Financial aspect is a major aspect, because without finance we cannot do anything, adaptation or mitigation, whatever there. But risk is also there and opportunity is also there in this line. So here something is I've collected from the research paper. Transition risk, policy and legal, technology, market, reputation, physical risks, acute, chronic. At the same time, opportunities, resource efficiency, energy source, product and services, market, resiliences. These are the opportunities available in the line. Risk of climate change, as I discussed, the physical risk and transitional risk. This is the graphical representations. Climate change poses two types of risk, physical and transitions. But effect of climate change on bank. This quote I have collected from the research paper, that European banks are hit hard if we do not act against climate change. According to the climate stress test conducted by European Central Bank ECB, this is because the cost of natural disasters and extreme weather conditions will increase. As a result, some businesses could to be unable to repay their loan to the bank. This is a very important point. In addition, the energy transition could cause banks to make losses on loan they have outstanding to carbon intensive businesses. The European Central Bank's test show that the bank corporate loans portfolio is 8% more likely to default in 2050 under a greenhouse gas scenario than under the scenario that involves an orderly energy transitions. Portfolio most vulnerable to climate risk are even 30% more likely to default by 2050. This is the different landscape model developed by the policymaker, researchers, financial advisors. The high risk, low risk, high return, low returns. It is mainly for financial providers. So from this landscape, they can follow as per their capability, positions, situations. This landscape developed by the researchers, financial advisors, or business researchers, analytics. This is also a model developed by the financial analysts, policymakers, researchers, that high return, low return, high risk, low risk in line of climate financing to mitigate global warming and climate changes. This is the risk: credit risk, market risk, liquidity risk, operational risk. These all are important in the financial market when investors invest in the climate change mitigation context. Credit risks, physical and transition risks may impact borrowers' ability to repay or financial institution ability to fully recover loan in case of default due to decrease in value of collateral assets. Market risk, climate risk can significantly impact the value of financial assets, resulting potentially in downward price shocks, increased market volatility, breakdown in assets correlation, risk premium, etc. Liquidity risk, climate risk drivers may impact financial institution, liquidity risk directly or indirectly. Customers demand, one example can be liquidity demand or challenges following severe natural disasters. This is the one example. Major points: operational risk, internal processes, people or systems of financial institution may not be equipped to assets, mitigate and manage climate related risk, whether from natural disaster, policy, legal changes, reputational risk, etc. Climate risk versus climate financial risk, climate finance risk. Climate mitigation involves reducing the flow of greenhouse gas into the atmosphere. This can be done by this way: reducing the source of these gases such as burning fossil fuel and heat, electricity and transport, enhancing the sink that accumulate and store these gases such as forest, ocean and soil. This is the area where investor can invest. Already investing, it is the under process. But what is the risk? That also mentioned over here from the research paper. One way to mitigate climate finance risk for developing nations is to establish a global clean investment risk mitigation mechanism. This mechanism would pool risk across projects and countries and reduce transaction cost, provide access to non-project risk management tool, increase portfolio diversity and liquidity for insurance providers, promote innovation and trigger learning effects. The financial sectors can also play a role in climate change mitigation and adaptation by providing financial protection through insurance and other risk sharing mechanism, mobilizing source for investment. This is also a model developed by the researchers, policymakers, financial advisors, that how gradually shifting the investor scope, reducing valuation, because this is the red area. Fossil fuel dependent assets and processes now shifting towards this time low carbon emissions, low carbon economics, increasing valuation. So there is a scope of investors and risk also very less if they are shifting their capital to this way. This is also model developed by the researchers, and I have collected this from the research papers. Difficulties in climate change. Difficulty in climate finance. Sufficiency of financial resources. Number one, the existing funding level are frequently deemed inadequate to address the worldwide requirement for mitigating and adapting to climate change. Allocation of funds, ensuring that the available funds are distributed equitably and reach the most vulnerable communities is a significant challenges. Transparency and accountability are crucial for overseeing the utilization of climate fund and ensuring their effective and efficient use, which is vital for upholding trust among stakeholders. This is a major important point. Incorporating climate risks into financial decision making. Financial institutions and investors must take into account climate risks when making decisions to promote sustainable investment. How to reduce climate finance risk? That is also recommended by Global Clean Investment Risk Mitigation Mechanism. They have recommended these 4 points where risk can be reduced. Investor can invest in this context of climate change and global warming mitigation context. Easy access to non-project risk management tools and reduce transition cost. Optimize the availability of de-risking product. Increase liquidity and portfolio diversity for insurance provider to reduce de-risking cost. Trigger learning effect and promote innovation in future. This is the way we can reduce the risk. Climate finance future perspective. There is also opportunities I have told earlier slides. In the line of mitigation process of global warming and climate change, investor investing the money capital in this context, they are getting opportunities also. So many future prospects and opportunities also there. Cooperating the public and private sectors, utilizing public fund to attract private investment and enhance the influence of climate finance. Novel funding mechanism. Creating innovative model for financing such as green bond and carbon pricing can offer supplementary funding option. Prioritizing local level impact, ensuring that financial resources are directly directed towards local communities and projects that directly benefit those who are most impacted by climate change. Enhancing the ability of developing countries to effectively carry out tasks and achieve goals. This is one point. Enhancing the capacity of developing nations to obtain the effectively utilize climate finance is essential for worldwide endeavors. Finally, I can conclude that the accelerating threat of climate change raises the urgency of commitment to climate transitions, including the important role of global financial market to align investment with net zero goal. Finally, we can conclude that synergetic management strategy can reduce the risk of climate change and reduce the risk of climate finance investors. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Bishnupada Bose. That was a very brilliant presentation indeed. And you have covered, it was totally a comprehensive one when we talk about the climatic finance and the climatic change policies, how it involves the regulations that aim at reducing the carbon emissions with a regulatory landscape. I think you started with that, basically promoting the renewable energy and enforcing sustainability measures. Well, we do agree that these regulations can create both risk and opportunities for investors, as you have rightly mentioned, and cascading towards and funneling down for today's topic. For instance, strict regulations on carbon emissions may increase the cost of carbon-intensive industries. That's a very valid point to be noted there. While incentives on renewable energy may attract investments in clean technologies. So that is a controversy point that was very clearly depicted on this platform. Well, we agree to it, and we really thank you and congratulate you for bringing that difference. Basically, the ecosystem balance between enforcing stricter regulations on carbon emissions may increase the cost of carbon-intensive industries, while incentives on working on renewable energy may attract the investments in clean technologies. So positive and negative. Let's go on the positive side as such, and making the market volatility. So when we talk about market volatility, is that the climatic change policies will introduce uncertainty into the markets, leading to increased volatility, and investors may perceive this volatility as risk, particularly if they are uncertain about the long-term impacts of the climate-related regulations and on the specific sectors and other industries. Well, moving ahead, as you nicely presented, how capital investments can contribute for enhancing the global economy in different sectors and regions, where investors may redirect their investments from the fossil fuel dependent industries to clean energy efficiency, sustainable infrastructure projects to align with evolving regulatory measures and the market trends of the local community. So that was a very good thing. And of course, mentioning about transition of risks, exactly what are involved in it, the physical risks, and about summing it up with the disclosure requirements, increasing the investors are demanding for a greater transparency and the disclosure of the climatic related risks and the opportunities from the companies that they invest in the climatic change policies may drive the regulatory requirements for the companies to disclose their exposure of the climate risk, which can affect the investor perceptions and decision makings. So that opens opportunities for the green finance, though you didn't mention the name, but you were moving around there. So I would like to really mention the name, giving the credit to you. The opportunities for the green finance by the climatic change policies can also create opportunities for the green finance initiatives, such as green bonds, carbon markets, and the sustainable linked loans, where the investors may increasingly seek out these investment opportunities as they look to align their portfolios with the climate-related objectives and capitalize on the emerging market trends. Thank you so much, Dr. Bishnu Padabose. That was a very brilliant, very comprehensive presentation indeed. Thank you so much. Thank you. It's always wonderful having you here, and you have really enlightened us on this platform with all the inferences that you quoted. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much. Yes.
Thank you so much, Srividya Madam, and thank you so much, Dr. Bishnu Padabose. And if Sindhu Kumar sir and Sai Prasanna sir, if you want to give your words about it, you can just take a minute of time to give a thought about his presentation, and let us go ahead with the other speaker. Thank you.
Presentation, madam. Really, I'm very much appreciated. Sir presented as a very nice presentation, detailed presentation about the present and the right of the climate change policy is a very important topic, and right now they are detailedly explained. And this from this platform, it is a very simple only, but they are going to present in the higher management level, and we are going to from this forum itself, we have to take up that subject to the higher management, government level, and central government level. Globally, also we have discussed already from the. It is very much useful and very, very good topic. Thanks to you, sir. Very nice presentation, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. And Sir Sai Prasanna, sir, would you like to have a word about his presentation?
Yes, it was a wonderful presentation, Mr. Bishnu Padabose, sir. And you have detailedly explained the case studies, and also you have collected the informations from research, what we didn't know about, because research detailed will not be presented by everyone. And it was a wonderful presentation. You have described in detail regarding the climate changes on this. Thank you, sir. Thank you for the wonderful presentation.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sai Prasanna, sir. And once again, I thank you, Dr. Bishnu Padabose, for your wonderful presentation. So let's go with the next session talk, which is going to be from MVS Sai Prashant, who is a student of CSE IoT Sri Sai Ram Engineering College, and who is going to represent about digital financial inclusion and advocacy to monitor financial growth globally. So he is a partner representation of IGEN. You're welcome, MVS Sai Prashant, and you can go ahead with your presentation.
Uh, Sorry for the interruption, and we have one more speaker in the same topic.
Yeah.
Hari Prasad, climate change policies, is going to present.
Oh, yes. Is he available?
Yes,
Mr.
he is
Hari
available.
Prasad?
Yes, yes, he
Okay.
is ready to present.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I apologize. So let us go with Hari Prasad before MVS Sai Prashant is going to present himself. So, as Hari Prasad, he is a student of engineering, electrical and computer engineering, Amit University, a partner representation of IGEN. He's going to discuss about climate change policies on capital flows and perception of investors. So I would like to welcome S. Hari Prasad to present about this topic.
Mr. Hari Prasad, you can go ahead with your topic. You can introduce yourself and then you can go ahead with your topic.
And for your information, Dr. Renuka Thakur has joined our session. Welcome for today's sessions, madam.
Welcome, Dr. Renuka. How are you, ma'am? Hope all is well with you.
I'm extremely sorry for today's inconvenience. I was away and I had no access to my phone. I and my husband both are away, so I completely forgot about this session. So I'm really sorry. So please continue with your project, and that's it for now. I will like to listen to the speakers. Thank you.
Yeah, ma'am. We would like to have you for the session, and also you can brief about the forthcoming events of GSFN, and you can have an introduction about those. You can have your word whenever you want to. You can just pin us, or you can message in the chat box so that we'll be inviting you to talk about GSFN and the forthcoming projects of GSFN, ma'am.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I might lose my internet again because I'm on road. So maybe let me take just a few minutes if you want.
Please. Sure.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
I'm very sorry. And we are starting tomorrow our Kenya Global South Summit, and we would like invite everyone to join. There are six streams which we will focus on, which is environmental sustainability, then youth empowerment, women empowerment, agriculture and farming industry, and we will focus on built environment. See, and
I know we just lost Dr. Renuka there, but it was so nice to have ma'am in between amidst us, at least to have a presence for the session. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. And we understand that you're busy with something else there, and so that we appreciate that. And also, like if Dr. Renuka comes back, and I'm sure Kripashni would take her online, and then she will be able to connect. Thank you. So we'll go ahead with the speaker now.
Hari Prasad, yes. Mr. Hari Prasad, please go ahead with your presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening for one and all present here. I am Hari Prasad from Amit University, and I'm doing BE Electrical and Computer Engineering. Today, I'm going to present a topic on climate change policy, on capital flows, and risk perception of investors. Okay, ma'am.
Yes.
These are the content we are going to see in upcoming slides. Introduction, climate change policy, impact on capital flows, perception of investors, opportunities, and some of case studies. Yeah, I'll start with the introduction. Change policy have a profound impact on capital allocation and investor risk perception.
regulatory framework, carbon pricing mechanism, and renewable energy investment and decisions. Understanding their dynamics in crucial for navigating for climate risk and sequence opportunities in financial and climate change policy. Climate change policy encompasses a range of measures implemented by a government, international organization, and regular bodies to address the challenge posed by climate change. This policy aim to reduce the greenhouse emission, enhance climate related and transition to low carbon economy. These are the key points of climate change policy. Includes regulatory framework. Sorry.
You can continue your
This
discussion.
was the topic we are going to discuss. Regulatory framework, carbon pricing mechanism, and renewable energy, and adaptation strategy, and dislocation requirement, and about regulatory framework, law, regulation, and policy enacted at national and international level to emit to limit the greenhouse gas emission, promote the renewable energy adoption, and encourage sustainable practices across the various sectors. And about carbon pricing mechanism, market-based in the investment such as a carbon tax and emission trading system, and designed to instabilize the cost of carbon pollution and emission reduction by imposing a price on carbon emission. And about renewable energy, financial investment intensive sub- subsides and support the mechanism to encourage the investment in renewable energy source such as solar power, wind power, or hydroelectric power, thereby reducing on fossil fuels and promoting a clear energy technology. And about adoption strategy, policies aim to enhance the climate-related impacts, including measure to promote communication infrastructure and ecosystem for ecosystem for the effect to extreme weather event such as a sea level rise and other climate changes. Disclosure requirement, financial instructions to disclosure climate related related risk and opportunities in their operation, investment and financial reporting, informed declared making by investors and shareholders. And about impact on climate flows, the impact of climate policies on a climate flow in a significant can be observed with various ways: sectorial shift and investment opportunities, regulatory environment, um, market signals, and risk perception. Sectorial shift, climate policies often investment in sectors that promote environment sustainability and such as renewable energy, clean technology, and sustainable infrastructure. As a result, there is a redirection of a capital away from a carbon intensity industry towards a low carbon alternatives. And about investment opportunities, climate changes policy create new investment opportunities in emerging sectors related to renewable energy, sustainable infrastructure, and climate adoption. Investors may seek to capitalize on their opportunities by allocating the capital to project and insects their climate objective and regulatory framework. And about market signal, climate change policy send a signal to a financial market about the direction of future regulation, pricing of carbon emission, sustainable practices. These are the signal impact investors' expectation, market and asset valuation, capital flows towards the climate and environmentally responsible investment. And about the risk perception, climate-related risk includes physical risk and extreme weather event, and transition risk from changes to influence risk perception and decision making. And about perception of investors, the impact of climate change policy on capital flows is significant and multifaceted. Climate change policy, such as and market mechanism, can influence the direction and magnitude of a uh, capital movements within a financial market in several ways. Sectorial ways, investment opportunities, risk perception, and market signals, longer-term stability. Investors sectorial shift. Climate change policy may drive capital flows away from carbon intensity industries towards the sector. There are more environmental sustainable, such as renewable energy, clean technology, and energy efficiency. This can result in a relocation of investment capital towards a low carbon and climate assets. And about investment opportunities, climate changes policies create a new investment opportunities in emerging sector related to renewable energy, carbon capture as storage, and climate adoption. Investors may sink to their opportunities by allocating projects and climate objective and regulatory framework. And about risk perception, including a physical risk and extreme weather events and policy and from policy changes influence investor risk perception and decision making, and to climate risk, and may adjust their asset allocation according to their migrating potential and financial losses. And about market, climate change policy send a signal to financial market about the future regarding and
Sorry for the interruption. Just hold on. Maybe request Mr. Kelvin, who have joined in the session today. Kindly mute yourself, sir, because it is disturbing the speaker.
And also, I would like to
Close
sorry
the
to
video,
interrupt you.
please. Yeah.
Yes, there are a lot of people joining the sessions. I would like to know whether they belong to our today's session. So if you belong, you're most welcome. And if you are apart from the sessions, please leave the session if I'm not wrong. And the other thing, I want the other people to turn off your videos and mute yourself. You know, it is really interrupting the speaker a lot. And those who are speaking today, I want you to put your proper name on the Zoom so that I can call out the names in a proper way. Because just now I have missed Mr. Hari Prasad because your name was not relevant to your Zoom name. So I kindly request you to the speakers to put your proper name on the Zoom so that I can call out the name one by one. Then there won't be any waste of time on the next session talks. Thank you so much. Srividya madam, if you'd like to advise
Yes,
more on about
adding
this,
on
please.
to Ms. Kripashini, thanks for that brilliant suggestion, Kripashini. That was much needed one. We would like to know who is this farmhouse? One who has joined with the name of farmhouse. Who is that? Kindly message about your identity in the message box. Mr. Kelvin Lukonde, kindly message about yourself in the chat box. Said Al Sabah, you're most welcome, but kindly message about your identity in the message box. We would like to know about it, about you. Thank you. And Mr. Adnan. Mr. Adnan, who has joined in the session, kindly message about yourself in the message box. Abdul Qadir, kindly message about yourself in the message box. Sorry for the interruption. We can go ahead. I'm sorry. I beg for your apologies. Kindly go ahead with your presentation. You can. Sorry. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mr. Hari Prasad.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, please go ahead. Sorry for the
Thank you, ma'am.
interruption. Yeah.
Oh, it's okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. And about long-term sustainability. Climate changes policies promote long-term sustainability by encouraging the investment in a clean technology, renewable energy, infrastructure, and climate adoption measures. Climate flows direction towards sustainable investment can contribute the transition to low carbon economy and help migrate the impact of climate changes. And opportunities and challenges. Opportunities for renewable energy investment, green infrastructure, and innovation and technology, and risk migration. And challenges are policy uncertainty and regular compulsive cost and transition risk. Okay, one. These are the challenges and opportunities. And about case study, renewable energy investment in Germany. The scenario is investment, global asset manager evaluate the investment opportunities in Germany. Germany's renewable energy sector, policy intensity, and investor perception and market dynamics. And policy intensity. Germany offer a various certainty for renewable energy investment, such as feeders and tax breakers and all of this. And these policies encourage investment in a solar, wind, and biomass energy projects, attracting capital from domestic and international investors. And investor perception. Investors renewable energy investment in Germany's related low risk given the supportive policy environment and long-term visibility provided by the country, and committed to renewable energy, target the climate goals, and enhance the confidence in confidence in the sector. And about market dynamics, the capital into the Germany's renewable energy sector have driven a market growth, and revolution lead to technology advancement and cost reduction in renewable energy, and investors benefit from all of this. And it's written in explaining renewable energy markets. And about conclusion, in conclusion, the embracing climate change policy present both challenges and opportunities to the investors. By understanding their yeah, by understanding those things and policies and adoption strategy, investors can navigate the transition to sustainable and economic friendly and long-term returns. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Maybe request Dr. Engineer Sai Prasanna, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, Hari Prasad, for your presentation. When it comes to climate change policies on capital flow, we need to mention the renewable energies, carbon pricing mechanisms, capital flows like investment opportunities, and risk perceptions, etc. So what are the risk perceptions of investors? From the climate changes, the impacts like incentives, market mechanisms, capital movements in financial markets, and also you have described what are the opportunities like investment in renewable energies like installing the solar panels, and the challenges like transitions and physical risk we have mentioned in detail regarding this climate change policies. Thank you, Hari Prasad, for your presentation.
Thank you, Sai Prasanna, sir. And thank you, dear. I would like to take the case study one that was to my interest, basically. When we talk about the renewable investments in Germany, you have mentioned about the policy incentives, invest with the investors' perception, the market dynamics which are being involved in it. And with the second case study of carbon pricing in Canada, when we talk about the investment firm B, a Canadian investment fund, with the impact of carbon pricing of the investors' risk perception and capital allocation decisions, which each included three factors of regulations, investment opportunities, and the risk mitigation that you talked about. Really, they are something which are more related to today's topic. And adding on to it, if we have time, I would like to sum it up with the three highlights which we were not talking about in the previous with the previous speaker, that is innovation and research funding. So investing in research, development, and innovation accelerates the deployment of the climate-friendly technology solutions. That we have to really give you a good hand on that, and how governments can allocate funding for research institutions, universities, and private sector innovators, which is much open, and we are open to it, and as such to develop and commercialize clean energy and climate resilience technologies and sustainable practices involved. Taking it forward to the community and the stakeholder engagement, engaging local communities. Well, we do agree with that. They are the backbone structure of bringing any change in the community, the society, with indigenous people who are involved in it and other stakeholders who are involved in the climatic finance decision-making processes, will ensure the investments are aligned with the local priorities and the needs and the values. We do agree with that. And with the participatory approaches, foster ownership, accountability, and social, last but not the least, the social acceptance of the climatic projects, enhancing their effectiveness and sustainability. So by implementing these interventions, the governments and the multilateral institutions and the private sector can mobilize the financial resources that are needed to address the climatic change effectively and build a more sustainable and resilient future. Thank you so much. It was quite comprehensive, and you did definitely did a good job. And we could make out that that was your first presentation, or you're speaking on a global forum for the first time. But still, despite all odds and all interruptions, you did a good job. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Srivita madam. And if Prasanna sir, Sai Prasanna sir and Senthil Kumar sir wanted to give a word about this, you can take a minute of time to give your thoughts and comments about his speech.
Sai Prasanna sir already given, and I think we can go ahead to the next speaker.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So our next speaker is MVS Sai Prashant, who is a student of CSC IoT Sri Sai Ram Engineering College. Hope he is available, and he is a partner representation of IGEN. He's going to discuss about digital financial inclusion and advocacy to monitor financial growth globally. I hope he is there in the session. Sai Prashant, you may go ahead with your presentation.
Thank you, ma'am. Warm evening, everyone. I'm Sai Prashant from Saram Engineering College, pursuing CSC degree from Saram Engineering College. So my topic of presentation today is about the digital financial inclusion and advocacy to monitor financial growth globally. So is my screen visible now?
Yes, it is visible, but you can go on to the slideshow mode if it is possible from your side.
Sure.
Yes, please go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you.
And welcome on board with us, Mr. Sai Prasad. Please go ahead. Thank you.
So basically, the financial inclusion and the term financial refers to the accessibility or availability of financial services to every individual on the planet Earth. So that he can take advantage of the financial services. So such as we have loans, pension, and credits, insurance, etc. And also, this financial inclusion comes under sustainable development. So, sustainable development goals, which is economic growth. And then, then why do we exactly need the digital financial inclusion or digital financial inclusion? Or why do we digitalize that? So before that, we have two major problems since past 5 years, which are basically as per World Bank's data, about 30% of world population have either doesn't have any bank account or any doesn't have any proper access to financial services, which makes a downfall in their economy, in their country's economy. And also since past year we have experienced a COVID-19 outbreak. Even many people around the globe have lost their jobs, businesses, and still they are struggling to recover their financial status. So I think digital financial inclusion will be a proper solution for these two problems. So next we have there's a very big advantage of digitalizing the financial inclusion because it is very cost effective, and also the main advantage of having digital financial inclusion, or generally financial inclusion, is it can result to economic growth of the country, and also it can also grow fintech companies and provide more job opportunities to youth, and which ultimately increases continuously results in the growth of economy of that country. And also in every thing in the universe has a challenge and advantage or disadvantage. This implementing digital financial inclusion does have some challenges. So these are both the main challenges. The main challenge is pretty obvious that not every person on the planet Earth has the internet access. Because even in India or any other underdeveloped countries, there are still trying to get a proper internet access throughout the country. So this might be one challenge. And another challenge is about security. Online security has been like up and down since past few years, because in the internet usage has been increased since past 5 years, during the COVID and after the post-COVID period as well. And also some many people around the world, or majority of population, may not have financial knowledge in complete financial knowledge, and which may lead to risk in their career. And also the uh, government of India and many other international organizations have took initiative for financial inclusion. The above one, the Financial Inclusion Global Initiative (PG) it is a 3-year program by World Bank Group and few other institutions to accelerate the implementation of the country that reform actions to meet national financial inclusion targets. The fact about this initiative is that it is funded by none other than Mr. Bill Gates, and it is about that is Bill and Melinda Foundation. So it is that's very one of the prestigious initiative. Then we have our national, our Indian initiative for financial inclusion, which is Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. Then moving on to the next second topic, the advocacy to monitor financial growth globally. It basically refers to the tracking of assessment or analysis of the financial indicators, such as we have GDP or employer job rate, how many jobs are there in the country, and like economy, etc. Also, there is a very big need. There's a very big need to monitor these financial indicators, so that foreign investors and even the government can take action with emerging trends. So why should one monitor financial growth globally? So monitoring financial is very crucial for many reasons. The first thing is economic stability. But tracking the financial growth, the government or financial institution can identify what can happen next, and so that they can pre-plan or plan a contingency plan, so that we can prevent those economic crisis, like some countries have been in the recent times. Also, we have next one, we have investment opportunities. Many investors rely on the data about financial growth about not only about the country or around the globe, so that they can invest in a particular industry with high potential, and which ultimately results growth of the economy of that country, which will be very good thing for developing countries such as India. Government have taken some actions about the actions with our policies to promote sustainable development. Monitoring the financial growth attracts the foreign investors, and these policies attract foreign investors, so that the economy of that country it can be enhanced more. And risk management, the main thing about this is risk management. Financial institutions use global growth data to assess risk associated with lending, investments, and other financial activities. Monitoring helps them identify potential threats and implement the risk mitigation strategies. International cooperation. By monitoring financial growth, fosters cooperation among the countries, and all the countries collaborate to make a single policy, which is which will be a betterment step for all, tipping step for all these countries together. Then as in the previous topic, use of financial inclusion in advocacy to financial inclusion on advocacy to monitor financial growth is that this financial and inclusion of state measure can be an important tool to monitor the financial growth of the country or globally. So this is because of for following reasons, the access this digital financial inclusion expands for every person on every individual, so that he or she can easily participate in the formal economy. And the efficiency, since we are doing in an online platform, with it is more efficient and cost effective, so that each and every individual can do without moving to one far places. The innovation, monitoring this financial growth encourages innovation in a fintech industries for such as for us, like we are computer science engineers. It will be a great opportunity to develop a software for financial services. Next, we have digital financial inclusion generally generates vast amounts of data that can be analyzed in the trends, analyze the trends behaviors, so that the country or financial institution can take a perfect plan, so that they are not affected in the future. I would conclude that advocacy to monitor globally aims to promote greater transparency, accountability, and understanding of financial dynamics at the international level, thereby facilitating informing decision making and fostering sustainable economic growth. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Sai Prashant. Srividya, madam, we would like to hear a word from you. Yeah.
Let's hear from engineer sir, and then I'll add on.
Sure. Sai Prasanna, sir.
Yes. Thank you, Sai Prasad. You have described in detail regarding what is digital financial inclusive, which is nothing but accessibility and financial services to all the individuals and the businesses, and also the rise of digital finance services, and also the advantages and challenges of digital finance inclusive, the advocacy to monitor the financial growth, the key elements like data collections, monitoring tools, transparency, and accountability, and the policy advocacy, etc. Thank you for your presentation on the digital financial inclusive. You have explained in detail. Thank you, Sai Prasad.
Senthil Kumar sir, would you like to add on to it? So,
Madam, yes, madam. Actually, for recent trends, it is very much essential because everyone transferred from digital currency. It is right now the current important techniques, and by that privacy, and I think the accountability is very much essential, and there is no the scam report coming after implementing this digital currency. That is a mobile money adoptions and the fintech expansion, and a lot of things are there. Government initiatives to that for implementing the digital currency, it will get more benefit to the states. If you print more currencies, means avoiding this implementing the digital currency, that is also benefit, and literally the awareness and challenges and opportunities to that youngsters and developing more software companies and coming, and the financial development also in globally also. Right now India is the major utilizing the digital currency compared to the other states. India is more useful in that Paytm, global, and a lot of things. So from that way, we are the very much essential thing to the state and thing. On the way, they are presenting a lot of things, whereas Sai Prasant is very good presentation. Thank you. And a very important topics today they discussed. Congratulations, Sai Prasant. Thank you.
Thank you, Sai Prasant. First thing, adding on to Dr. Senthil Kumar. So basically, you hope everybody will agree with me. Like when we talk about women empowerment, also I mentioned it a couple of weeks before. Basically, they should have when we talk about financial literacy for women, at least as a basic requisite, they should be able to handle their own personal savings bank account such that we can say that, okay, fine, they are able to operate an account which is being functional. So in that case, like when we talk about the digital finance, access to financial services, as Dr. Senthil Kumar was mentioning, digital financial inclusion refers to providing access to the formal financial services through digital channels such as mobile money, digital wallets, online banking, etc. So it enables the unserved or the underserved, most privileged, underprivileged population, including those in the remote areas with the low income communities, to access the range of the financial products. That's the first key thing, that they should have an access for all these financial modus operandi. So when we do that, what is the thing which when we get stuck, when we start implementing this, reducing the barriers of the traditional banking, such as physical distance, I'm not able to access to my bank, or the documentation requirements, I may not have that exact thing. And probably when it comes to the profit, and they are trying to meet both the ends meet, in that case, the high transaction costs could be eradicated, evacuated. And by leveraging the mobile phones and the internet connectivity, the same thing which we all face today because of the internet. I don't know, though we say that our countries are fast improving, and we are just coming up to the global standards, but still, practicality, as a matter of practicality, it prevails. We have to accept it. Even people in UK, Dr. Virginia could not join the session because she's in UK. Imagine, from UK, they're not able to join the session. When we have seen how Dr. Renuka was suffering, that she is not able to join the session from Kenya. So this problem of getting internet connectivity is the greatest problem, which has to be looked into, and we have to look for a sustainable solution for all these things. And especially when we talk about the financial literacy and the financial access to the financial services which are being included in it. Moving ahead, going ourselves with empowering with the small businesses and the individual groups that we manage finance more effectively, investment in definitely about creating knowledge campaign, enabling people, getting them to know things and getting into the habit of using things will contribute to the poverty reduction and also the income growth and also about the economic development. So, end of the day, advocacy to monitor the financial growth. Well, he was very scrupulously mentioning about the advocacy effects of the governments and the international organization and the civil society groups, which will help in bringing the societal change and promoting policies and the regulations that will support the financial inclusion, consumer protection, the market sustainability. And of course, to address the regulatory barriers which are involved in it, promoting digital infrastructure development and ensuring fair and transparent financial services and practices involved in it. With also what other speakers did not mention, and he did have a mention about the data collection, the analysis report. That's a key thing. Also, monitoring the financial growth with the robust data collection and the analysis of the reporting mechanisms will also contribute to the policymakers and the stakeholders to access progress and identify the gaps, and so that we can target inventions so effectively. Thank you so much. It was a brilliant presentation, definitely. Hope all these things will be taken into account, and with the synergy of the digital financial inclusion, the advocacy strengthen the efforts to monitor the financial growth globally, promote inclusive economic development, and advance financial well-being for all. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Srividya. And I also thank you, Dr. Senthil Kumar and Engineer Sai Prasanna, sir. I really appreciate MVS Sai Prashant for your thoughtful presentation. And let's go ahead with the next session talks from Khalid Hamid, who is an
Professor
ITA.
Khalid Hamid.
Oh, sorry, it is not mentioned here. I'm really sorry. Professor Khalid Hamid, ITA Global Director of Education, official partner WBECS, partner representation GSFN, who is going to talk about policy analysis and recommendations for sustainable economic stability. We welcome you, sir,
Yes,
Professor Khalid Hamid. You're welcome.
From
Please allow
Egypt.
me the video. The video is closed. You have to be allowed to me for the video, please. The connection start your
Okay,
video.
yeah, because we were closing the other people's video.
Okay.
I'll do that. I'll do that.
Yes, sure.
There
Thank
were
you.
there are people who have not logged in, who have logged in the session not through their emails. So we close the session for all the video access today. So I will open it for you, sir. Don't worry.
No problem. Take care. Thank you.
Thank you. You should be able to start your video now.
Okay. Yes. Thank you. Yes. Hello, everyone. Yes, that's great.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Khalid, calling from Egypt. Just I will start sharing for my slide because I know the time for Ramadan. Actually, I'm now it's 4:30, and we have also short time to start iftar. No problem. But no, I will take no long time, only 10 minutes. I share to you everything, and also I create special PDF. I will share it in chat box for everyone can read it later. It's my pleasure to share some what I have.
Thank you, Professor. It's always wonderful having you, and it is our blessing and privilege to have you with us. Thank you.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. I learned a lot from the old professors here and Doctor, and also special you, Dr. Serviandia. It's very important for me to be here. Thank you. I would like to share my screen, please.
Yes, please go ahead, sir.
Starting?
Yes, sir. It's loading.
Okay.
We are able to view your screen. Maybe you can go on to the slideshow mode if you can, please.
Okay, that's what do it. I tried to. It's now?
Yes, now it is. Please go ahead, Professor. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I would like to introduce myself so quick. As you know that I'm Khalid Hamid. I'm also member of T4 community for education, and also professional development in international and American education, and also a top member in Global Digital Library since 2018, and also member in International Teacher Association, and also a Global Director of Education in ITA, and also International Project Manager in ITA. And that's I was lucky to do that because I can be able to show support for education, and also member in World Learning Week in UNESCO, and also ambassador for World Speech Day. And actually, I am so happy because also I member now this year. I'm lucky this year because I became member in Global Sustainability Future Network, and that's make me happy because I can deliver what I have for all youth around the world. That's my dream to do that. I'm so happy for that, and thank you for Dr. Ranuka because she gave me this opportunity. Thank you. And also about me, why I'm here, and I care for your topic today because actually maybe you don't know me also what other position I have. Actually, I am pro coach. I am educator, yes, as well, but also I am pro coach since 10 years ago. I'm multilingual facilitator in the global organization for coaching in United States. The name of this organization is WPAX. I contact with them since 2018. I do facilitator for all topics, for business, for entrepreneur, and economic, and all topics for all life people. I'm so happy to be here because I would like to share about something very important for economic, because also I'm member in global mindset for management about the topic for today. The PDF I will send to you in chat box to let you know. Uh, uh, the policy analyze actual recommendation for sustainable economy stability. What about that actually? For me, what is the economic sustainability? Economic sustainability is a broad set of decision making principles and business practice animate at achieving economic growth without engaging in harmful environmental trade-offs that historically accompany company growth. Okay, and also what is the economic policy analysis? For economic policy analysis, it must be good contact in programs offered by the Department of Economics and Public Policy, and learning more about companies and multidisciplinary approach to policy analysis with focused study on the use of economic tools to analyze policy issues. And as the sustainability policy outline must commitment to practice and standards designed to promote environmental and social responsibility. Operating it can serve as an environmental organization guide and or be specific in individual events. Why I'm talk about that now? The first point, very important to grow with economic, the people must be know more about the knowledge about active listening skills that make the people focus for all issues to can be able solve all issues. We talk now about the economic it's the top issue around the world. Then we have to care about the people working for this department. Then I don't have enough time to talk more about active listening skills for people. That's very useful. That for economic, for all people, for all sectors, for education, for everything. I have I did coaching for this more than 4 years right now. Every year that it was so, amazing for all entrepreneur actually. That's a good topic. I will later, maybe in future, I can also make special decision for this to let youth, special youth, because I saw today beautiful youth. They have good project. They can also support for that, but they have to know and grow with himself in the knowledge of active listening skills, and also they have to know also about the culture, about the languages, multilingual, about how can contact with the people. Because the economy, if you talk about economics, you of course you will contact with the all over the world. Now the world will become one world in international. You can also contact in the computer, like now we have in the season many countries here now. Also the economic, also we have to contact the global. How we can contact the global? First, we have to know actually the culture of the people, the countries, how they thinking about to grow with them in the economic. Here also actually that's something about Africa, how you can contact. You will also know this, and also about the European, also about yeah, the German, special German, because Germany, you know that Germany, it's a big country in industry. Actually, they have companies. I was in German actually, that I saw. It was my pleasure to be there because I saw how much that's they are care about the economic and companies. Because also you have to know the style of German, how you learn more about that to grow with the economy actually. And also what the communication skill in Mexico and Latin America, that's a lot of countries there, they are grow with the economy and business. You have to know what's the culture of those people to be ready for your own style in economic, to be grow also with the economy. And also with the and last, the key benefit, you will also learn what you have to care and focus about this. Also, that's it in the PDF. I will send it right now for you, and I'm so happy. And thank you. Actually, you have to be care really for inhering listening skills. That's very important to be ready for everything. I know that's short time and also not so enough talking about the economic, because really it's time for Ramadan, you know, as you know, and I'm so happy to share a little bit what I have. Maybe in future I have a special time for you. Now here's the PDF in the chat box. I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, that's it. Sorry for short presentation because the time, I know you have a long time today. It was amazing for all present today. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Khaled. That was so kind of you, so nice of you to have just chipped in despite having Ramadan. Thank you. We really appreciate it. We really appreciate your good intentions of your support of being there. And then thanks for making your presence amidst us today. We'll catch up for the rest and then we can. Thank you. Happy Ramadan, sir. Ramadan
Thank
Kareem.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have right. Bye-bye. See you next time. Let's go. Bye-bye.
Sure. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Professor Khaled Hamid. And how about Engineer Sai Prasanna sir and Dr. Sendil Kumar sir? Would you like to have a word about his speech, or can I go with the next person?
I think we can go ahead with the next speaker, and then
Sure.
I will sum it up with the policies. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, ma'am. So our next session talk is from Macha Vijay Kumar. He's a student of BTech CSE Dr. MGR University, and he's a partner representation of iGen. He's going to talk about policy analysis and recommendations for sustainable economic stability. We welcome you, Mr. Macha Vijay Kumar. Please go ahead with your presentation. I hope he is there.
Yeah, he's there and he's trying to open his.
Good evening, ma'am.
Very good evening. Hope your internet is okay, because we could see some problem there.
Yes, I'm audible, ma'am.
Yes, quite audible. You can share your screen, start your presentation.
Yes, ma'am.
If you're not able to keep your video on, you can just close your video and start your presentation. You have to click on to the enable editing slideshow. Yes. There you are. Yes, you can go ahead presenting it. Thank you.
Hello all, green evening. Myself Macha Vijay Kumar. I'm from Dr. MGR University. I'm pursuing my BTech second year CSE. Today I'm going to My topic is policy analysis and recommendations for sustainable economic stability.
If I can request you something, I think you need to really close your video and go ahead with your presentation, because you have your very weak internet connection. You need to close your video and continue your presentation. Your network bandwidth is very low. Yes, now you will be able to present it. Thank you.
In a world of economic uncertainty, it's a crucial to start a strategic path for prosperity. This presentation explores the sustainable economic solution needed to navigate the challenges ahead. Next, understanding policy analysis. Policy analysis is a creative process of evaluating and recommending solutions for public policy issues. By examining data and trends, we can develop innovative strategies for economic growth. Let's say of economic landscape. Navigating the economic landscape requires a blend of foresight and adaptability. By understanding market dynamics and global trends, we can identify opportunities for growth. Plus, sustainable solutions. Sustainable is not just an option, but a necessity for long-term economic prosperity. This slide explores the innovative approaches to building a sustainable economy. Let's say strategic planning. Effective strategic planning is a cornerstone of economic success. By leveraging data-driven insights and collaborative decision-making, organization can achieve sustainable growth. Let's say policy implementation, translating policy analysis into action records, strategic alignment, and resource allocation. This slide delves into the key components of successful policy implementation. Innovation and creativity. Innovation and creativity are the driving forces behind sustainable economic solutions. By fostering a culture of entrepreneurship and innovating thinking, we can unlock new opportunities. Let's see, measuring impact. Accessing the impact of policy decisions is essential for course correction and continuous improvement. This slide examines the matrices and indicators for measuring economic impact. Embracing change. As we conclude, it's a vital to embrace change as an opportunity for growth. By fostering resilience and adaptability, we can navigate towards a future of sustainable prosperity. Charting a prosperous future. In charting a course for prosperity, we must remain committed to strategy, policy, analysis, and sustainable economic solutions. Together, we can navigate towards a future of shared prosperity and growth. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Mr. Macha Vijay Kumar.
Thank you.
Dr. Srividya, would you like to
We would
have?
like to hear
you
from
have-
engineer sir, and then I'll take it up.
Sure,
Definitely.
sure. Engineer Sai Prasanna, sir, we would like to hear from you. Guess he is not available in the session right now. He'll be back. So
Okay.
I hope we shall
Dr. Sendil Kumar sir,
deal with Dr.
and then I'll
Sendil
sum
Kumar.
it up. Yeah.
Yes.
Vijay Kumar present, very nice, madam. A nice presentation regarding about the strategic policy analysis. This is very good current topic only. It is very important on that also because it is dispensable for the advancing the sustainable development is advantage objectives are there. So that's why it is very important topic and nice presentation about the briefly they explained a lot of things. Thanks to everyone. And Vijay Kumar, nice presentation.
Thank you,
Congrats.
sir. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
so
you so
much.
much.
Dr.
Thank you,
Sendil
Mr.
Kumar.
Vijay Kumar. Mr. Vijay Kumar,
you,
I would like to
madam.
know about your name. I just, though it is not related to the topic, I'll go into the topic later. What does this word matcha means? Is it what is it exactly? I am
My name
quite
is
interested. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. My name is Matcha Vijay Kumar, ma'am.
No, what is matcha?
Ma'am, it's my house name, ma'am. I'm a Telugu boy, ma'am.
Oh, it's a creed. It's a, you mean,
It's my house name, ma'am.
okay, okay, good. Thank you. I thought somebody has given you a title. I was thinking that it's a title.
No, ma'am. My house name.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, it was a good presentation indeed. Coming, and it's a very vibrant, most relevant topic for today when we talk about the policy analysis and recommendations for sustainable economic stability, which require a comprehensive approach that addresses the social, environmental, economic dimensions. There are a few things that I would like to add on to your presentation, if you allow me to do so. If I can, thank you. Okay. So when we talk about basically the policy analysis and recommendations which are involved, the first thing is green economy transition is the one that has to take place. When we talk about green economy, it is like investment in the clean energy, because these are the key takeaways of today's session, to be very frank. So that's why I'm going back to it. And I said that I would like to add on to your presentation. Please allow me to do so. Thank you. So with your permission, I'm going ahead with that. So with the investment in the clean energy, the policy should prioritize investment in renewable energy sources such as solar, wind, and hydroelectric power to reduce reliance on the fossil fuels and mitigate climatic changes. Well, impact of it can create jobs, it can reduce carbon emissions, and also enhance energy security, which is a key thing, which is a very key thing when we talk about sustainable finance. Secondly, promotion of such sustainable practices will encourage industries to adopt sustainable practices such as resource efficiency, targeting on waste reduction and circular economy principles. And it will minimize environmental degradation while improving productivity and competitiveness of the particular industry that is involved. That will support for green innovation, and governments should intensify incentive for research and development processes which are involved in it, such that we, people like us who are creating awareness, who are creating knowledge, who are sharing knowledge on these platforms, and also researchers and presenters like you, the youth, and also the other presenters will be motivated towards the green technologies and the innovations that will promote sustainable economic growth. So this will include funding in of the key thing, the funds which are involved for the clean energy research, green infrastructure projects, and also sustainable agricultural practices, because this is really going out of the from the present trends, which is a major concern for sustainable in sustainability in the finance market. So we have to bring back to those norms of sustainable agricultural practices which are involved in it. That has to come from the government sector as policy and reforms which are involved in this. So when we talk about these inclusive economic policies, so the first thing is policy poverty alleviation programs. So when we talk about policy, poverty alleviation programs, targeted social safety nets, including threats of cash transfers, somebody was mentioning about mobile functioning as such, food assistance and healthcare subsidies can reduce this poverty and inequality, fostering social stability and inclusive and sustainable economic growth. So all these are possible by what? By education, by the means of education and skill development. So we need to work on those project measures, which in other words, which has come in the trends in terms of agile project management, etc., etc., etc. So involve, pull in the power of the youth, who are studying in schools and colleges and universities. Let them become our powerhouses, who is going to take it to the communities, such that we will invest on these education and skill development programs, which will equip which will empower these individuals with the capacity to participate in the labor market. They are no more job seekers. They all will become business owners, entrepreneurs who will take the responsibility on their shoulders to innovate and adapt technological investments, thereby enhancing long-term economic resilience and prosperity when it comes to the sustainable finance, which is involved with that we're talking about. So when we talk about financial inclusion, policies aimed at expanding access to the financial services, as I was talking about the minimal bank services and the payment mode of terms and modus operandi, which is involved in it, particularly to the marginalized group. Let's focus on the marginalized groups and the rural communities, promote inclusive economic growth, eradicating all those the gaps which are being present in the society, taking them out. Just go to the marginalized groups, right to the footprint, right to the carbon footprint of those marginalized groups, enabling the growth of these individuals to save, invest, and access credit of the finance which is involved in that, so that they directly benefit. Let's go to the ground, grassroots level of these people. Let's go and target them. Let's go and help with them, work with them, such that we are able to uplift those lives which are most required when we talk about the sustainable finance which is involved in it. So thereby, which we develop is the resilient infrastructure development. Investment in the infrastructure. Government should prioritize investments in the resilient infrastructure, including transportation, with the minimal thing, with the basic grassroots level which is required as on day to day. There are no more commodities, or there are no more luxuries that we're talking about. These are the basic commodities which should be made available for people, like transportation, water, energy, telecommunication network, to enhance their productivity, their connectivity, and also become resilient for any kind of disasters that are going to be involved in it. So climatic adaptation measures, as incorporating climatic resilience to the infrastructure, also should come into the planning and development, helps to mitigate the impact of the climatic change related events such as the floods or storms or heat waves or any kind of economic losses or recessions, which will safeguard the livelihoods. That should be the measure that has to be taken. So moving ahead, when we talk about the monetary policies which are involved in it, the fiscal responsibilities of the government should pursue fiscal policies that balance the need of the public investment with the fiscal sustainability. As I mentioned during the course of the session, that there is always a room for a man's need, but not for man's greed. So what is actually need? The public investment to go exactly and accommodate for all these people to meet their needs, avoiding excessive debt accumulation and maintaining credibility in the financial markets. That has to be really taken care of. So thereby building monetary sustainability, central banks should adopt the monetary policies that will maintain the price stability, control inflation, and support sustainable economic growth while monitoring the financial sustainability risks. It is possible by regulating reforms and the governance which is involved in this process. As such, the key thing is that transparency and accountability is the key thing. So enhancing transparency and accountability in governance and the processes which are involved in it fosters public trust. People will start trusting us. If at all I'm going to share a penny with anybody, I should not be scared. When somebody comes and asks for donation, really, I feel scared, whether it's the actual money which is going for the purpose or this person is, this is because of lack of trust in that person. So we should have a total transparency and accountability in the governance, the process of governance, which will foster the public trust and encourage responsible decision making and attract more and more investment. End of the day, we'll be successful in attracting more and more investment only when you have a transparency in the process and you being accountable. Come what may, I will be there to support. That should be the case of it. Like as we know, the show should go on. PC Circus, the show must go on. Should be the rule, should be the mandate of all the governance policies, such that come what may, things will happen. We will make it happen. If there is going to be any kind of leverage here and there, like, and you're not an accountable person, in that case, how can I allow my investment to come to you? So thereby regulating the environment, streamlining the regulatory processes, reducing the bureaucratic hurdles which are evolving, promoting a business-friendly environment can stimulate entrepreneurship, innovation, and an economic diversification involved in the process. So this is a key thing that has to be taken forward. If first let's go to the local level and then come to the state, national, and the international. Thereby we'll be able to contribute for the international cooperation and trade. So talking about internationalism, getting into the global markets is so very easy. Making your presence is also so very easy. It's not that making your presence make all the sense. You have to be successful in making your presence there. And how consistent you are in taking it forward, that really matters. So when it comes to the multilateralism, strengthening the internal cooperation through multilateral institutions promotes global economic stability, facilitates trade, and fosters mutual prosperity. Thereby, we'll be able to involve and integrate fair trade practices, advocating fair trade practices, and trade imbalances ensures equitable distribution of the economic benefits and reduces vulnerabilities to the external shocks. Thereby, adaptive evidence policy making is with the data-driven decision making. So when we start working at the international level, what is more important is that we cannot communicate on everyday basis as and when through WhatsApp or email. It's not possible. So there should be a portal which is to be developed where it is all data-driven decision making comes into vogue, such that government should invest in the data collection, analysis, and the monitoring system to inform the evidence-based policy making, access policy effectiveness, and identifying the emerging challenges with the flexibility and adaptability, such that nothing is permanent but change. So the change has to gradually happen, and the change has to happen from the self. So the change begins in self. That is such that we are adaptable to the changing economic, social, and environmental conditions, allowing the timely adjustments and the mitigating unforeseen risks. So by adopting these policy recommendations, government can promote sustainable economic sustainability, resilience, and the inclusive growth, ensuring a prosperous future for the current and the future generation. So with that, we come to the end of the session. Thanks, Mr. Macha Vijay Kumar. So it was really wonderful having you. And we have come towards the end of the session. Now we open it to all the speakers and also others to contribute. If you've got anything to add on, we'll have one second or one minute with each one of you, such that you will be able to contribute and we'll be able to move ahead. Thank you. We'll start with Dr. Sandil Kumar. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you much.
Very nice today evening, madam, because today is a lot of presentation is there. First, initially starts with the Pranay is a very nice present, and they elaborate about all the things about the financial thing. This very nice presentation about the financial requirement and financial commitment and how to implement and how to develop and how to manage and everything they have developed. That is very useful to our society also. Very good. In college level itself, they have aware about all these things. Definitely in future is going to be big financial analyst also coming. That's why first of all I congratulate to them. And then Vishnu sir, Dr. Vishnu sir is presenting detailed. It is also very useful to that. And then he is giving a lot of information about that low risk, high risk, and everything that discussed. It is very much essential to aware about that things. In the short platform here, he elaborate a lot of things to the thing. So this subject is going to be given to that in college level itself. Here, right now, everyone, what the only financial person only going to learn about things. Everyone should learn about the financial crisis and financial commitment, how to manage the financial thing. Everything it is essential. And then one more thing, madam also highlighted. I am also highlighted the thing that is the digital currency. Digital currency is where means that is in industrial sector side, more much high money transaction side is important to implement the digital currency. In a lower side, we want to implement the normal currency itself. It's because in rural areas, most of them are not able to utilize that money. So, it is definitely I am accept that and agreed that thing. It is much essential because so right now government also right now implemented. They have sent every agriculture person receive 1,000 rupees and 6,000 rupees also. But most of them are not much aware with that, not able to read that message. In bank said message 6,000 rupees credit card in your account, but they are not aware. They have not phone. They have not phone. So how they are going to aware about that? They should give the account number only. So it is a from that way through postal or directly we have to the bank itself, they have to give money to them and get signature itself. So they, oh okay, I am received 6,000, so they are happy. So that's why they have to implement in rural areas. So I agreed about your proposal, madam. I agreed about the suggestion. But in industrial and agriculture and IT sector, in commercial areas, we have to implement the digital money currency only. So on that way, we only avoiding that the bribe money. Otherwise, we are going to again right now also everywhere lot of bribe money is coming on that in the forum. So that on that way we are not going to develop that lot of infrastructure. So only we have to develop the infrastructure. So that is very essential on that thing. And Sai Prasant and Vijay Kumar also elaborate about the risk about that financial crisis, financial analysis, strategic analysis. From that, madam is also right over sustainable practice in agriculture. It is more important things. It is for mitigating the environmental impact and the ensuring the food security and prioritizing the soil health. It is a very much essential on now soil health, and then water conservation and biodiversity with the while enhancing the resistance to the climate change. These are the important thing for improve our nation to save the earth and save our climate change and energy conservation, water conservation, reduce our reduce our conventional power and increase the non-conventional power. It is much essential, madam. So that's why thanks to give me a wonderful opportunity for presenting the event on G20 event for discuss about the financial crisis and commitment. I'm much interested about the talking about the financial commitment regarding that thing. We really I'm congratulated to GSFN and IGN also participating this event. Thanks to everyone. Thanks give for the opportunity, madam. Thank you, madam.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Dr. Vishnupada Bose, would you like to add on, please?
Yes. I express my sincere thanks and gratitude to all of you, especially Dr. Shividya madam, Senthil Kumar sir, other dignitaries, Jaya Kumar madam, and our esteemed speakers. This is a very unique brainstorming session. Actually, to achieving sustainable development goal, the financial aspect is the key elements. So how we implicate this finance or how we investment the capital flow to mitigate global warming and climate change, that is a very strategic management and planning must be required for the nation's international level. So this session is finding out the way how effectively we can invest capitals to achieve sustainable development goal. I mean, mainly global warming and climate change mitigation adaptation process. That's why it is a very unique and very invaluable session. I grateful to all of you and congratulations to all of you. Thank you so much. Given me opportunities to share my views. Thank you so much. Yes.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you, doctor. It's always a pleasure having you in our show, and we'd like to have you for our further sessions as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else, like from any of the other speakers, from Vijay Kumar, Pranoy, Mr. Pranoy, who started the session with the brilliant note today, and also Roshni Mohan. Anybody else? If not anybody, then it is Miss Kripashini. Miss
Yes,
Kripashini? Yes.
yes, madam. I really enjoyed today's session as well. I'm just enjoying each and every week session where, you know, 18-year-old to 21 or 22-year-old people are just unimaginably sharing their thoughts. I'm really surprised and honored to be here in this session. So they were talking about the financial crisis, economic challenges, and economic stability as well. So everything was really amazing. What I feel is these people are supposed to conduct some small webinar wherever they are, so that everybody will be, you know, educated about all these things. So this is what I felt when the session was going on. And also, even in schools, they should start teaching how to be, being financially stable. Everything has been taught, but this is where we lag. This is the point where we lag and know where it started. Maybe you can initiate this idea in implementing all a small financial stability classes in all the schools all over the world. So this will make them strong, you know, how to lead financially, and we can reduce the financial crisis through that. This is what I felt. So there are more people than me. There are many doctors here in this session. So I'm just giving a point of my idea when about listening to all these sessions. So let a small webinar or a session can be conducted in the schools all over the world, so that they will come to know how to be financially stable right from the young age. When they step out of the school, if at least if they have $10 or 10 dirham or 10 rupee, whatever, they should know how to spend and balance it. So this is where we can reduce the economic challenges what we face, and also the financial crisis. This is what I personally felt as far as I listened to all their
Brilliant.
presentations. Yeah.
That was a wonderful suggestion, Kripashini. Really, very thoughtful indeed, I would say. And really, that's I think we should start working on it definitely with our community partners and more universities and education institutions who are coming and partnering with us.
Yeah.
We should be able to take it. And that's a brilliant suggestion. Thank you. Thanks for making that mention here. On that note, I would like to mention that this is a third program that Ms. Kripashini Jayakumar has partnered with us, and she has been here as a host. So for the rest of the sessions, like she will be our host, and I would request Ma'am Jessica to have to make a kindly note that host for the program will be Ms. Kripashini Jayakumar till the end of the G20 session and the other forthcoming sessions as well. And as mentioning, I need to mention about Madam Kripashini as well. She's a multilingual. Ma'am, why don't you say about your languages? Because I'm not quite sure about it. So it's like she can work on a global level, and she's working, she's looking for an opportunity to work with each one of us at the global level. Like we can make use of her expertise in that field. She's a multilingual person. Yes, Madam Kripashini, please.
Thank you so much for honoring me here, Srividya madam. Yes, I am Kripashini Jayakumar. I am a South Indian. I deal with 15 languages. Mostly I deal with European languages. So whatever languages I know, I can speak, write, read. I mean, LSRW skills, I'm good at all these languages. So if I take European languages, I deal with French, German, Italian, Spanish, Portuguese, Dutch as well. And on comparing to that, in Asian languages, I deal with my mother tongue is Tamil. So it starts with Tamil, Malayalam, Kannada, Sanskrit, Bengali, Hindi. These are the other languages I deal. And I also deal with an Asian language, Japanese. And I am in UAE. So I'm onboarding with the languages of Arabic, Persian, and Urdu, because all these three languages have the same alphabets. So I'm dealing with that. So I do translation, interpretation work, and I'm an author. So I love to be on the educational side as well. So yes, I do a lot, and thank you so much for the opportunity. I'm just a growing person. I'm so humbled. Thank you so much.
So here is a treasure of languages as it concerns. Like, thank you so much, Ms. Kripashini. And not to miss in the mention, like last week, she was just not well. Believe me, she was just not well. I didn't even know about it, but she still made it through the session. It's not like hopping in, hopping out. I'm here, I'm going. It's not that. She was just not well. And I was told that she was in some other place when she was, not to mention it here, like it's really, I was really literally moved. And that's where the accountability stems from. And that's where we become role models for the people, and you become an inspiration for people to follow you. And they will have, as I told you, these are all built on the platform of trust. When we fail in our commitment, there is a question of trust which comes up, and after that it's very difficult to move ahead with, with a doubt, with a sign of doubt. So that's where it is. Thank you so much. Thanks for being such an inspiration to us, Ms. Kripashni. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So taking it forward, like this show will go on as such. I think I've summed it up too much today when it comes to the financial literacy and financial programs. And definitely we need to take it to all education institutions. More and more youth is given opportunity to come and speak about it. And as Madam Kripashni was mentioning, maintaining a piggy bank is definitely not a culture that we are not used to. I would say, like each and every child is if I'm right, that's the first gift that the parent always gives to the child, a piggy bank. Now, so when we do that, why not we do it in a more organized way, such that it becomes a practice? It becomes such that practice makes a man perfect. So it just goes on, and as a child grows, the activity or the habit of saving, talking about finance, and indulging into the financial analysis, and then it just goes on. The terms and the disciplines and all the metrics also moves ahead according to the age and the age level expectations which are concerned with that. And then the contributions also move. First, it starts from the family, as I told you. Like it all starts. The charity begins at home. So when it starts from you, then you take it to the community, then you take it to your family, then you take it to the community, then you take it to the national level, and then you take it to the international level, and we are able to contribute much more in that case. So thank you so much. It was wonderful having you all, beautiful speakers who contribute immensely on this. And definitely, Aijan needs a mention that they lifted up today's program with, despite all odds as such. And our great support once again, Mr. Niranjan needs a mention here, coming up with a Zoom link all of a sudden from so nowhere. Ma'am, here is the Zoom link. Let's just move it on. Let's have the show on. That should be the spirit. And not that every week I'm taking Niranjan's name. It shows the level of commitment. Because we were not able to contact Dr. Renuka, and ma'am was somewhere else. We were not able to bring her on board. Okay, fine. Niranjan came and said, okay, fine, let's create one more new link. And then the show went on with the time. And otherwise, like there was always a thing. Okay, fine. If not this week, why not we have it as next week? Options are always there. But despite all odds, to make it happen, really, that shows the commitment, and that's why we are here. And that's why we are here in the global platform, with the level of commitment, with the level of accountability, with the level of expectations which are involved in the process. And if you're there, then you are there. Like, as I mentioned, Ms. Kripashini was just not well. In fact, she attended the program from the clinic, from the bed, from the hospital bed, which she didn't even tell me. I came to know about it later. So I'm not saying that even if you're sick, you should attend. That's the level of commitment. That is where we can say that this person will be able to shoulder it on themselves. And when we are up to the mark, then we can talk about finance, then we can talk about financial literature, financial architecture, and the international growth, etc., etc., etc. Thereby, thank you so much. Thank you, beautiful speakers who have joined us for today's session. It was wonderful having you. Brilliant presentations as usual. Until we meet again for the next topic of international taxation, trade and investment, export and imports, with the presidency as reform, reshape, restructure, reconstitute the international trade fabric and international tax architecture. This is where this Vidya and Kripashini signing off. Adieu from each one of us on behalf of thanking you all in gratitude of on behalf of all our community partners. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Niranjan, I heard you say thank you. Would you like to say
Yeah, of
something?
course, sir. I say thank you. That's very funny.
Thank you. Thank you, Niranjan. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Thank you.
okay.
Thank you, ma'am.